well, Dundee in the kitchen today, and yeah, it is. I'm not just dressed like this for I don't know, use or whatever. It's just hot. Honestly, I'm still a bit on the fluffy side, getting the getting the winter fluff trimmed off, but just yeah. We're gonna make some lentil soup for later, but first we're gonna start with making some chocolate pancakes or regular pancakes with a chocolate cream that we're gonna put on there. That's gonna be nice. So yeah, let's get it started. Gonna use about 50 grams of flour. Actually, I think about 50. It's all about the flour around 50 grams. So won't even have to weigh this. I'm just gonna use all of my flour. I'm gonna use one egg, and you can use a food processor or anything, but all you really need is a bowl and flour and eggs. But one egg in my case. I'm just gonna be using one whole egg. Can also use just egg whites, but I find personally better with the egg yolk in there, the emoji. So let's get out a little bowl. Yep. Bowl. Flour goes in first. Actually, I might add a little bit of chocolate powder because why not? I actually haven't done this. Oh well, no, I'm actually not gonna add chocolate because then it's gonna be hard to see when it's brown chocolate. A little bit of sugar in the flour. You don't have to, but you can add a tiny sprinkle of salt. If I see salt here, I'm gonna use a tiny bit. If I don't find my salt, I will. It doesn't really matter. It's not because especially our chocolate protein cream already has so much flavor. It's not that important. Okay. Tiny bit of pinch of salt. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Hey there, welcome everyone. So yeah, making some pancakes with some homemade chocolate protein cream. That as soon as the pancake batter is mixed out, I'm actually gonna show you how I make the protein cream. That's gonna be the one for tomorrow. This is a breakfast I eat quite a lot. I didn't used to put the chocolate cream on pancakes, but it is, I think, it's the tastiest way I found on having them. And all you really need is a fork and crack an egg into your bowl of flour. Throw that eggshells away. Hey there, Nisi. I'm Dundee, not MK. Yeah, one egg. Honestly, I wouldn't even need the whole egg, or I could have used more flour. Well, it's actually no, it's coming up perfectly. And you want to mix the flour with the egg first. That way, once you add your water or milk or whatever you're going to use as a main liquid, it's just going to combine so much better and be a smooth dough instead of being a sticky, clumpy mess. Yeah, it doesn't have to be this wet. You don't have to use this much egg, but this is definitely going to work very well. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of water. Start a little bit at a time, and once you get more water in here, you can start adding more larger quantities at once. Once it's already a pretty runny consistency, you can just dump in water till it's as runny as you like. Yeah, thanks to the egg, we have basically no clumps in here. And my cat is eating breakfast too right now. If you have too much water, then it's gonna be hard to mix. And I always put a little bit much in here, but it's coming along. Let me show you guys a little bit better. So you can see this there's no lumps in here. No lumps at all. Just because we used enough egg and we put the egg in first. You can absolutely use a food processor, but just cleaning that processor is going to be so much work. Kind of fake. Like me right now. It's a good consistency, but I think I'm probably going to add a little tiny splash more water. Not much. The German pancakes are also the thicker side, not as thick as American pancakes. Yeah, this is definitely. I wouldn't make it. Wouldn't want to have it runnier than this. You could maybe make it a little bit more runny if you make French style crepes, but for normal pancakes, I wouldn't. When it starts to dribble instead of run, then it's getting to be on the thin side. Yes. Very nice. There's our pancake batter all done. Hey there, Kelly. Good to see you. Two women with some of the craziest chats in the house. The only ones commenting. Interesting. By the way, do you two know each other? Because if you don't, you should. I mean, you're already saying the L word, so I guess you know each other. Okay, let me mix up the chocolate protein drink for tomorrow, just so you guys see what it actually is that I'm putting on the pancake. It is better if you let it soak overnight. That's why I already prepared it. But yeah, take like 50 grams of some whey concentrate. Should be concentrate, not isolate. But you can use isolate too. But concentrate just tastes better, and this is unflavored. This is pure whey protein. It's just concentrated dried protein. That's all it is. There's no flavor. No, it has some flavor, but nothing added. So I'm gonna use about 40 grams of this. That will be enough. It is close to 75-80% protein flow. That's a good amount. Then I add one teaspoon of some pure cocoa powder. Can be a big teaspoon because I like it chocolatey. And you can flavor it or sweeten it. I would so go with brown sugar or some maple syrup. Then you're going to use a little bit of brown sugar, not too much. You can always add more or just adding a little bit of maple syrup at the end. Okay. I would have kind of been surprised if you didn't. Because everyone knows Sneezy. And yeah, it's already nice and brown. And then mix it up with milk or oat milk. You can also use water. Actually, I'm going to use water today and see if I taste any difference. Because it's not going to be a big difference. Because concentrated milk basically oil flavor. A little bit of water. Okay, it's just gonna get a little bit, this is really thick now, it's just gonna get a little bit more water, and then I'm gonna let it set overnight. You don't have to let it set, but it does get better too. At least let it set for like 10-15 minutes. Yes, you want it thick. Otherwise, it's gonna run off your pancake. You could also just throw in some rice in here or eat this with some rice cakes or whatever. That also works, especially on a diet. Yeah, that's what I would do. But yeah, here we have some thick chocolate cream. And it's gonna thicken up a bit more when it sets. And you just wanna churn it till it's smooth. I'm not sure. Mix it till it becomes smooth and you don't see any more lumps. Or you can also let it set and then mix it up again. Yeah, that's basically what we're gonna be putting on for pancakes. And now it's time to make the pancakes. So, pan on the stove. Let's get some stuff out of the way so you guys can actually see my stove. So yeah, pan is on the stove. It's a little bit hot. Okay, this is a good setting. Let's turn the light on right now. I mean, I don't really need it, but we're just gonna make one big pancake thing. 3 likes, very nice. Do I have it on? Yeah, I do have it on live chat. A little bit of oil. I mean, olive oil. You can use whatever you like. You're gonna need something to flip the pancake, and I also like to use it to spread my oil out, coat the entire surface of the pan. It's almost already a bit more oil than you really need to, but it doesn't hurt. Shave that hair off and beard yield. I will lose a few pounds, but I'm not gonna shave anything off. Well, not up here. Just make sure you get some batter over the pan. That's gonna be one nice big pancake. Yes, a pancake covers the entire pan. That's how we like it. Let me put Kelly as a mod. Okay, pancakes coming along nicely. Yeah, here we have a frozen green. That's more for tomorrow. You know what? HAM. Most people tell me to eat more. So, you know, yeah, and I am already rolled on anyway. I missed the point. Hey, welcome. Somebody just joined us. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Actually, I'm going to start chopping some onions for our lentil soup we're going to prepare after this. Let's get some trash close by. Yeah, we have some onions that are already sprouting. I'm going to use these first. Time to flip the pancake. Honestly, the pan wasn't quite as hot as it could have been. But like more browning, but yeah. What it is, isn't it? It is. Alright, open these up. Here. Just remembered I need to order these five keys on creatine again. Oh yeah, pancake is baking up nice. Might already be ready because the second side after the flip never takes long. Yeah, this already was a bit too much. Not sure why, but yeah, the second side always is that much. Probably because it's already dried out to a good extent. Actually, I think I'm gonna continue by toasting or lentil. Yeah, that's gonna be our next step. Be right back. These are gonna get, and those are mountain lentils, is what they're called here. Yes, got some beautiful color. Maybe a little bit much of flavor. That's gonna be nice. I'm just gonna let this cool off for a little bit. And these mountain lentils, they have about half the calories of regular ones. Like regular lentils have like 40, 50 grams of carbs and about 20 grams of protein. These have 20 grams of carbs and 9 grams of protein. So they're great for diet. They're diet lentils, basically. You can just eat way more of them. Literally twice as much. And they also have less fiber. That's everything. It's kind of strange, but yeah, it's not nearly as nutritionally dense when it comes to natural things. But that's all right. It's not that way. Here we have some black lentils, and they're yeah, they literally they do have more than double the they do have more than double the fiber. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like you can use other lentils that have more. Actually per calorie, these have less fiber. Then again, I eat enough fiber. I don't really need it for the fiber, so yeah. These have 40 grams of carbs, 17 grams of fiber, and 23 grams of protein. Though really good, good macros. And for pancake, it's cold enough. I'm gonna spread out a chocolate cream onto it. And I start around the middle. And yeah, there's a reason for that. Just spread out all the way around, but a bit thicker in the middle. Now just fold it over one way, have it down gently, then fold it once again, pick it up. Now you have your beautiful chocolate protein cream filled pancake. All it is a little bit of flour, one egg, protein powder, a tiny bit of brown sugar, and pure chocolate powder. Very limited ingredients. Here we're getting our lentils toasted. Those keep an eye on that I don't burn. I just want to enhance the flavor with toasting your lentils off before throwing them into the water. That's it. Just can get it messy to eat. Yeah. Lentils are getting toasted. Honestly, you do have to move them, or you can already smell the roasted nutty flavor. Very nice. And what is that? But actually, I'm gonna cover it in a little bit of chocolate cream that's still left in the bowl. Make it a super chocolatey bite. Mm-hmm. Very, very nice. But now let's get to chopping the onions. Now it's actually time to take the lentils off. It's late. They're dark enough. And let's get our pot with water back on. So the water is already hot, but it's not boiling yet. So actually let's these onions over the trash can. Take all that first outer layer. Okay, let's get the knife and run into quick rinse so no part of the dry skin has back to. Not a big deal. Okay. On my hands, so and there we go. Yeah. Hey, 3 people in the house. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, this is kind of onions. Let's be real, you don't need any onions. Doesn't make time. I'm gonna put a little bit of powdered chicken stock into the water. That's okay. Not too much. You can still salt it after. Take whatever you like. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah. As soon as this boils, you're gonna have a lentil still. Oh, understand. These are toasted lentils, and yeah. If you want your lentils to stay together and keep their shape, you want to put them in to the cold or warm water. If you want them to dissolve and open up, you want to drop them into boiling water. I prefer them to open up, mostly dissolve. But each their own. And drop in a little bit of onions as I have. The rest of the onions I'm going to fry out in it first. You can also add any veggies you like to soup, but I usually prefer to put my vegetables separately, put them in as I please, basically. After, yeah. Now make me a cup of tea. As we wait. And hey, if anyone has any questions, ask away. That's one of the reasons I'm here. Like cooking and everything, sure, but also to answer all your these questions. So let's see them. Maybe as a time ahead together. I don't know. Getting kind of hot. Is what it is. Yes, I look better from the front than from the side. Hey, two people in the house again. Welcome. If you guys have any questions, shoot. It is right now it's a boring part of cooking, so I'm here to answer any questions you guys have. Let's hear. Well, nobody is rushing right now. I'm gonna go get some milk and tea. All right. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. Okay, more spoiling. Maybe put in your tea bag before I have to grit. It doesn't matter. Yeah, some grits are gonna get offended and say there's only one right way to do it. But so usually I put it in. Today I forgot. So this is what it is. And let's get that water boiling. And then also whenever you want, you can add a bit of milk or don't. I like a bit of milk, like a bit of maple syrup or a little bit of sugar, doesn't matter. But why not use some maple too? Yeah, quite high. Now, now I can get a bit of a better angle. Eh, all right, it's looking all right. Should be all right. Now a little milk, rolled milk. Once you see it come up, back up, basically from the bottom, that's when you have it. It really doesn't take much. This is also why I switched to drinking tea instead of coffee most of the time. Just there's a lot it's a lot lower calorie. Okay. Talking about that, so I might still make a decaf coffee. I might. Or might. Not sure yet. Hot water. Coffee pot. Water's taking long as time on the lentils, but whatever. This well. Okay, starting to come to water now. Now that's in. Come on, everyone. Give me some questions. Let's hear. Let's hear it. It only really works if I get questions. So let's hear. Let's hear your questions. If anything to diet, training, who I am, why I'm Dundee, shoot your question. I'm here to answer. Toasting of the lentils, that can give them a nice flavor. The water is boiling. Let's get the lentils hot again. So it doesn't cool off the water. We throw them in. 4 likes. Very, very nice. They're toasted. And yeah, that's why the water's boiling. All right. All lentils in the pot. Now all I need to do is cook down. Very nice. Actually, let's put them over here and put the onions on the flame. Let's get some color on these onions. Hey Nisi, hey again. Okay, you don't have to delete a comment like that. It wasn't that bad, but I don't mind that you did either. But I decided to just leave it because it's not that bad and who gives a shit. I mean I am trying to lose some weight. Well, not just trying, I have already gotten leaner. Because of all the shit I had going on lately, it was far from my main focus. And also I'm purposely not that dieting. Because I don't want to build up diet fatigue yet. But yeah, this meal I'm making right here, it's gonna help to lose weight. Yeah, that's alright. Like I said, either way, it would have been fine. Would have been fine to leave at all the time and something like that. To me, that is like I don't really care. If they're like actually being nasty, then I have to go. Or if they're attacking someone in the chat. Well, as long as it's directed at me, it's not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, definitely don't ban for that one. That's what I really want to say. Okay. Want to get some hot oil a bit more. Very well. Other pans still heating up. Oh, I actually got too hot. Turned off the stove. That explains it. Yes, I already made tea. And I have a perfect cup that I actually need to steal a friend of mine who is British. It's always time for tea. I know it's a mirror. Hmm? What do you mean no mod, Kelly? Nothing's going on. Just one guy made a bit of a rude comment. I decided to leave it, which is totally fine. But yeah, you can check the deleted message. Oh, you mean that you are a mod? I need that cut. Yeah, it's massive. Uh, I have a friend who would love that cut. He basically lives on tea. Maybe I'd have to gift her that. Oh, just have, oh, you'll just have to come here to visit. That also works. Okay. Lentils are boiling hot. I don't know how much you can see. Yeah, you can see it that they're boiling. But I'm also cleaning some. I don't know how to call it. Little things to make coffee. Not an espresso maker or something. No machine. There's a special kind of small pot or Turkish style mocha coffee. Hey, I can't read the prompt from here, so I'll be there in just 1 second. So, JC baby, woo! Do you want to come on? I have the link to come on live in the description. You're more than welcome to come on. So you don't need to go flex off because you already know you've got me. I need to put on some weight and lose some. Need to put on some muscle and lose some fat to even stand a chance against my JC baby. Sexy Chase. Give me 10 minutes. Okay. Oh, by the way, Chase, I know you'll like this. It's always time for tea. The cup just as big as my face, and I have a big thick skull with some nice hot tea. And yeah, this onions got some color now. That's all we really need. You don't need to cook them through because they don't have boiling water. Who's the plate that you're not going to need? Or we're going to need it, but you're not going to need the whole plate now. Or maybe our Turkish decaf coffee. I'm actually having tea and coffee the same day. I don't discriminate. Always time for peace. Yes, 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 yes. I will say it. I will. But I need to use the green permanent marker. Yes, or to say I could use a blank one, but it has to be green, doesn't it? I don't have a green one. I only have a black one. But yeah, it's always time for peace. And then I must show it to Yogi. Actually, I have to send Yogi that. That would be awesome. And yeah, we have a lentil soup cooking. That is something we could, me and Yogi could get along. That I'm cooking my lentils till they get mushy, but she probably wouldn't enjoy as much. It's always time for peas. And then I just always have to eat peas out of that cup. Wouldn't that be an idea? Okay, you have a water in here, now let's have coffee. Yes, I'm making coffee while I'm drinking tea. Use the fire tea. That's plenty of coffee. And that's why I don't even need to measure my coffee. I always get it. I get the right amount in there by feel or by sight. I can measure with my eyes. And I can also measure your soul. I definitely get a lot more weird when people like Shays are in the house, so that's a good thing. And here we have our chocolate cream, or how an ex of mine used to call it, baby poop, for tomorrow's breakfast. Yeah, that's chocolate protein cream. All it is protein powder, a little bit of chocolate powder, and a little bit of like 1 teaspoon of chocolate powder, like pure chocolate powder, and a little bit of brown sugar. And then just I added water. You can also add milk or oat milk, whatever you like. Today I went with water to just try it tomorrow and see if I notice any difference between using water and something else. Because if I don't need to put in milk, why use milk for it? Let me share your live on my page quick. Then I will jump on. Awesome, Chase. Sure thing. Brother. Bruh. Stacy, bruh. Sorry, though. If you're bros and I'm your baby, that's kind of weird. That's on Alabama. Family dynamics. Sweet home Alabama. Alabama. Ooh, who's there? That Chasey baby back in the house. Want to come twerking? Uh, everyone needs some faith in their life, and maybe in them too. Well, most Brits would already hate me for probably for this tea because it's using oat milk and maple syrup instead of sugar and real milk. But my stomach doesn't like real milk, so it's what it is. Oh, yeah, man. Let's do some clean up here. I'll let me bend over in different direction so you all. Jeez. Chase? Okay. Mushy, mushy peas, mushy peas.
Mushy, mushy, mushy pea, mushy pea, mushy pea, mushy, mushy, mushy pea, mushy, mushy pea. Happy Friday, brother. How are you?
All right.
So, what are we cooking? That's the question.
Well, we already made an egg breakfast, and he set up. Actually, don't need to turn my tripod. You can just turn the phone on top.
Cam-
But
Camera's
this
good.
is
Camera's
lentil
good.
soup with toasted lentils and onions and some chicken stock.
Okay, nice, healthy. So it was
Yeah.
chicken stock. There was me thinking you was melting down some chocolate. I was like, ooh,
What
yummy
is what
yum.
chocolate?
I thought you was melting chocolate down in the small bowl, but it seems to
Oh
be
yeah, that's some chocolate protein cream that I put on my breakfast pancake.
okay. Protein chocolate, nice.
I
What's
already
what's the,
made it
what,
on camera. It's just protein
how,
powder, chocolate. Like
how much how much protein you looking at in that?
what?
How much protein you looking at?
Let me think. I used a good 40 grams of the protein powder, which is about 80% protein, so 35 grams of protein.
Nice. Yeah,
Yep.
that's a nice portion of protein. It's something that I'm going to look into. Obviously, protein's hard
Yeah.
to get that daily amount, especially when I'm trying to build a little bit as well. So
hmm
it's a case of
and I and in the I also use a little bit less than I would if I would use this with like some rice cakes because on my pancake I also use one egg, so that also adds another 5 to 7 grams of protein.
there's only one, Mr. Lapointe. There's only
Eric
one, Eric
Lapointe.
Lapointe, the Christmas tree legend.
Oh fuck!
Um,
Talking of shades, I let my coffee ball over. Oops,
oh dear,
crap.
might have
That's
got
always one thing distracted.
a little bit hot, hot, hot.
Oopsie, oopsie. This it used to run me all the time. I've never had it.
Distraction. That's one of those things that takes place. It's yep,
But okay.
not watching what you're doing. You got to concentrate. You're cooking. Um, how warm is it over there? Because we've got crazy temperatures. We've got like nearly 30 degrees.
Yeah, around 30 Celsius year two, I think.
How's
That's
Kitty
the
getting
weather
on?
outside.
How's Kitty coping with the heat?
That is why I am not wearing clothes. Like, just some crazy
Bro,
shorts.
this is it. This is the extent of it's like I need to cool down.
Yeah. Actually, it's because I have the boiling pot there sitting in the water. Let me get a little hairband to tie my hairband. I know.
How are you, Eric? Happy Friday. It's Friday.
Well,
Row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a Xena dial, don't forget to scream.
go have the stream.
Do you know that nursery rhyme? Row your boat. So obviously, Skits has come up with a new version. Xena dial. Obviously, she's like a crocodile, she's like a little
Okay.
alligator.
You know what?
Down.
It's a bit hard to understand you, Chase. I'll get me. I do just have some brand new earbuds, Bluetooth. They should help.
I've done the same thing. I've had to put mine in. I can hear you clearly. It makes a massive difference. Just don't
Yeah,
shout
like
too loud.
I hear you clearly. It's just too quiet with the noise going
Yeah, just talk
on.
quietly. Or I'll be like, I can't hear. I've got mushy poo. Sound check. Sound check.
Okay,
Yep, sounds good. Sounds good.
Bluetooth on. Let's connect. Bit faster, phone.
You connected.
Yes.
You sorted.
Because now I hear you worse, of course, with the earbuds in, but they're
Typical.
connecting now. Okay. Now I have Chase in my ear. Now I feel all of your mighty voice inside of me, Chase.
Now you have the connection.
Yes. Now we're
Please
connecting
release
forever.
me. Let me go. For I won't love you anymore. Anymore. The please have set me on my own. Please release me and let
Please,
me
please, please, please.
love again.
Yeah, happy Friday, everyone.
How long do you reckon you got left to cook?
Hmm?
How long do you reckon it's going to take you to cook?
Oh, not long. Basically done. Like now it just needs to stay on the pot, but I don't really need to do anything.
Second question. Did you enter the singing competition on lyrics last night?
No, I did
Who
not.
who won it, Mr. Lapointe?
Eric?
Obviously, if you
Rob. Of course, either Eric or one of the Erics won, of course.
yeah, if
Yeah,
they if they sing
yeah,
if they sing together,
I did see the competition, but I didn't enter. Also, there wasn't really much time to do so.
yeah, Lapointe won it. Awesome. So I know who I'm coming for.
Mm. I was thinking of singing a version of ABBA Dancing Queen, but changing the words so it's about Yogi. That Yogi is our Dancing Queen or
It
Dancing
was
King.
the Yogi dream, young and free. He was 17.
Young
But
and
it's just that
sweet.
time to win.
See him dance, see him swing. Uh, just a yogi in his farm doing burpees.
It's
Or
just the
just a yogi in his
Yogi.
farm doing
It,
twerking.
it'd have to be the Yogi Queen. Just the Yogi Queen, young and free. He was
And
17.
17! Yeah. Well, if you're pulling out Cena, I might have to get my kitty.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. And I'll see if she can see Kitty. If she does, she'll go crazy. Right, straight away.
Oh, I've got a crazy pussy on my hands.
Crazy pussy. Nothing better.
Exactly. We voted
So
for Selma to win. Yeah.
when you've eaten your food, are you going to do any exercising?
No.
No, I've got to
I'm,
get.
yeah. I will probably tomorrow. I'm going to do my leg workout. And like yesterday was a shit day. And honestly, the last week or two were terrible. But I'm still getting my workouts in. But yeah,
Yep.
I did do a lot of
Positive.
walking yesterday.
Okay.
Not trying to, but my
You
car
ended up
broke
walking.
down, and yeah.
What's wrong with the car?
So I'm not sure, but it just the motor just turned off in the middle of the road,
Okay, and it wouldn't start again.
like 100 meters in front of a traffic light. Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't start, so I had to put up the warning triangle and yeah, everything. And it is as a mechanic now. It's gonna be fine. Hopefully not too expensive. And the thing is, it already was at the mechanic, and and had almost as much as it cost to buy the car done in repairs last week. So I had it less than
What?
24 hours before it fucked up again. So that
Oh,
is,
wow. Yeah,
yeah.
that's not good luck. What car is it?
It's a small, but it's a 4 door or a
Yeah, what make?
VW or VW Golf.
A Golf. Yeah, yeah, I know what Golf is.
Yeah, yeah. My dad got it for me, which is nice, but it's only been giving me issues so far. Okay, I'll get my cat real quick. I hit a deer this morning, messed up the front of my SUV. Damn. Did you at least get
Oh,
some venison out of it, Eric?
my chat froze. I couldn't see anything. I can't see what he was saying. No way,
Oh,
hit a deer.
okay.
Um,
Can you still hear me, by the way?
yes, can still hear you. Was that an oh dear?
That's wild.
That's an oh
It's
dear.
yeah. Oh dear. Okay,
Oh
my cat
dear.
is sleeping somewhere, but maybe I can get her to come with some treats. Lila. But also, when it's
I'm get,
hot like this, she just basically hides most of the day.
this one normally doesn't want to do much, but she's just come to life. Come to life. Now she just wants to bite fingers.
Uh, nice. That's what you need.
I little Jimmy
Okay.
Doyle.
Yeah.
I think I couldn't
Oh,
find
there
it.
she comes. Here she comes, young and sweet, only 3 years old. Maybe she is 17 and cat years.
She's
Probably
a
she's
year
older
older
than
than
that.
Zima. Who've
Like
got
she's
there?
almost 3, not
Kelly.
quite.
Hi, Kelly. Hello.
Hello. Hi again,
Go
Kelly.
to the middle. Middle.
Yeah.
Middle. Come on. Middle.
Hmm? Nyla, you're gonna get some
Hi, Cal.
treats, okay? I'm sorry.
Don't tell Kelly who I am. I know who Kelly is. Don't tell
Okay.
Kelly who I am. But you know, there's always going to be one person that's going to let the cat out the bag, Mr. Lapointe. Hi, Cal. I'm Jace, by the way. Jace6437. I'm just the old guy that has the grey beard that looks like Eric.
Wait, does Kelly know Eric too?
Yeah, of course she
Gosh,
does.
everyone knows everyone
Everybody
on
knows
YouTube.
everybody.
Uh, yes, my kitty is. She's already got a bit fatter again, but it's good. She wasn't eating when she was sick for a few days, but now she's doing better. And look just how her face is more like whatever. Do what you want with me. I give up.
Right. Wait, stay
Surrender.
there. Stay there. Stay there. Don't move. Go backwards very slightly. Go backwards a little bit. Okay? Stay. Don't move. Up.
Oh,
I'll try.
sorry. Oh gosh, I fall over again.
Marlon.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, mate. Picking her up like this, she's about to go crazy. She won't stay here for long. Oh, baby. Oh, my little baby.
Yeah, Lila normally doesn't stay like this
Oh,
for that
baby.
long either.
Oh,
I just had
baby.
my coffee boil over
Oh,
again.
baby.
So
She's, she's trying to bite my
oh
fingers still. Look.
yeah. Lila's really relaxed right now. How is she doing? She's doing a lot better.
And she's licking her
Lila's
bits.
a
Look.
lot better. Yeah,
There you
and of
go.
course she needs to get
You're not
some
biting me
treats now
now.
that she did so much that
You're
I
not
could
biting me now.
do so much
Yes, you won't.
crap with her. She needs to get something for it.
Where's your ropes over there? Go and get it.
Yeah.
Go and get your rope. Yeah, it's over there. Here. Go and get your rope. Here, look. Find it. Find your rope. Get your rope.
Can I
get it.
get you to give me a kiss though? Right now? Okay, you just want to get down. You get your treat. Okay, get your treat after.
I don't get any rest, bro.
You don't get any what?
Rest?
No, you really don't. And when it comes to training, I'm taking more rest days than I normally would, just because I'm still like for the first 3 months of the year I spent over. Hey, Rebecca, good to see you. What's up,
Are you,
Becca?
Rebecca? Hope you're
I think
good.
first time I'm seeing you in my stream. That's cool.
The sheriff. That's my sheriff. That's my top mod.
Ah, right. Let's see when she takes over Big L as a whole.
Yes. Yes. That's it. There's the fight for the top spot. My money's on Rebecca, definitely. Obviously,
I
Big L.
shall command the square.
Now do that in a real high voice. Like, share, and comment.
Subscribe. Oh crap.
Happy Friday!
When it comes to doing silly things with my voice, I'm pretty good at that. I'm still getting back to singing properly, but yeah.
So, can you do the accents? That's the question.
What kind of accent would you like me to talk with?
Try
I'm
a
not really
Scottish
good with
one.
accents.
Try a Scottish accent. I like you. How you doing? Come on.
I did again. If I can talk like a Scot. No, I can't.
I
I
you
would
need
have
that.
to spend some time in Scotland.
Right, so say
I
didn't ken. I didn't ken. Didn't ken.
I didn't can. I
Didn't
didn't
ken.
can. Nah.
Come on, you. What
Nah.
you cooking? Aye, it's looking good.
I didn't can some
What's in the
lentils,
pan?
lentil soup, lentil mush. I'm terrible with accents. I think I can halfway pull off a southern accent. Maybe I can talk a little bit like a southerner. If you guys want me to.
I have to practice a little bit more with Eric.
That's what I'm doing now. Yeah. I try to talk without an accent most usually. I mean, I know I speak mostly American English, but I try to not have too much of an accent with anything.
So,
Same in German.
what
In
other
German,
languages?
I would be
What other
considered to have
languages?
no.
You speak English,
I
German, Spanish.
Portuguese. I don't speak Spanish. I understand a good bit of Spanish and I can say a little bit of stuff, but I'm
Okay, yeah,
semi-fluent in Portuguese as well. And I'm
that's what this
learning
Spanish.
Japanese.
Japanese. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, because a lot of fishing companies have their are Japanese, even if, and especially the smaller ones, as like there's so many, also the world leading ones. They're
I
Japanese,
got
and
you.
there's also many smaller ones who don't really have any people that speak proper English or other languages, and only Japanese. So it could probably give me some good job opportunities if I speak fluent Japanese
Definitely.
and English and German and
Yeah.
Portuguese and in the
Translators get
future maybe Spanish and who
paid good
knows what
money.
else.
It's good money for
Yeah,
translation. And obviously, it's just having that
and
knowledge.
like being like a brand ambassador as well. Who can also really talk with the manufacturers and the people who own the company. Actually, I think that could definitely open me some doors. So that's why I'm
So,
learning Japanese.
how long have you been learning Japanese?
A few months, but I've done the bare minimum. I'm just starting to do a little bit more. So
Very interesting language.
I'm still stuck at basic phrases and learning stuff. They have three different alphabets, and and in total they have like 150 letters or so, or 150 signs
Yep.
for writing, which is
It's a complex little
you
system.
have 26, or depending on the language, maybe 30 with some extra ones. But that is all really on letters we use to write everything, and they use
Do you know?
150
Do you know the alphabet?
in Japanese or
No, in English.
yeah, A B C D F G.
Stop, stop, stop. Who taught you that?
Yeah.
That's wrong. It's always been ABP.
Yes, you're right. ABP.
It's always been ABP. Come on, you know that. The alphabet changed as soon as that little round green thing was invented, and it was A B P B A B P. That's as far as I got. And then I got.
ABP, ABP. It's always time for peace.
You've got to put the P on that cup. That'd be so funny.
Yes, I do.
Time for P. I'll actually get. I'm going to get a cup made up, and I'll get that put on a cup. Always time for
Oh,
P.
awesome. And you need to send Eric like Yogi one. You need to send Yogi a cup like that.
I've got to do him a
Oh,
couple of t-shirts as well.
I never saw the dragon on your bed, Chase. That's cool.
I've had 30 hours done on it so far. Still got more to get done.
Oh wow.
But the worst part was down the spine because of how dark it is and how deep it was. And obviously being quite thin. Burnt
Okay,
it
so you
really.
like it dark and big. Okay,
It
good to
really.
know.
Marlon, with your play on words, what you like. I know what you're like. I know your sense of humour, mister.
Well, I do like me a big, long, thick, dark eel, a sea snake,
Oh, bro.
and
You know what's,
wrangle with them. And
I,
then none of this is wrong, you know? I actually do that. It's just like a big conger eel. And around the British Islands, there's some big congers. And they
yes,
are big,
yes.
thick, strong eels.
Big
And
eels
they're
there.
also they're fun to catch and also delicious if you know how to prepare them right.
You get an
Most
awesome
people
fight
don't.
off an eel.
Oh yeah.
Those eels fight. So when you're fishing, what setup have you got?
I have a lot.
How many rods are we looking at?
Ones that I use on a regular basis, maybe 5 to 10, but I have more than that. But most of the rods I have, I only use to like bring along as a backup or to borrow to someone. But I have like probably 5 rods that are strong enough to handle a 2 meter conger eel from shore or a 2.5 meter catfish.
Okay, so yeah, you've got what sort of line we using? Are we talking metal line? Are we talking braid or?
Mm, I basically use braid on everything, but I do use a lot of metal leaders. So cable, steel cable,
Hide,
and 7 strand
hide
titanium.
it, hide that cup.
Hey Yogi.
Hide that cup.
Okay, I will. I'll drink off camera.
Good man, good man. Right, sir. All right, brother. Happy Friday.
Good to see you, Yogi. And Yogi, by the way, for you, we are cooking some lentils. A toasted lentil soup with onion and yeah. Okay, I did use a
water.
little bit of powdered chicken stock, but I could also just go ahead and use salt for you.
Question for you. If you was making a
Yes.
stock up, a vegetable stock, what would you use to make a vegetable stock?
Vegetables.
What vegetables? I was just I'm trying to think. Obviously, you I know you make gravy for different things. Um,
Mhm.
I was just thinking, what would
Like,
you
I
use?
honestly don't really make vegetable stock. If I do, I buy it. But well, you'd use garlic, onion, and root vegetables like onions. Like I already said, garlic, onion, but then some celery. And I also don't know all the names in English, but of course carrots, maybe
So
some
it's basically like a soup.
bleach. Yeah, and then you could
Gotcha,
just
gotcha.
strain it out. And I personally would still wash or peel my vegetables to not get any pesticides in there. But a lot of chefs they're just gonna use the vegetables whole. And what you can also do is roast your vegetables first, like for example in the oven. That's gonna give a much stronger flavor to them. And have them all browned up, and then make your stock.
Have you seen what's going on in the chat? Please keep up with the chat. It's quite important. Um,
Don't fall for it.
I think
Sounds fun.
somebody's implying that there's a little fishing rod and a reel, and on the end of it is a little green mushy thing, green in coloured.
Yes,
So would mushy peas work in that soup? Question.
of
And seems as
course.
somebody's just
Mushy peas
arrived.
work on everything.
Should we do a verse each? Mushy pea, mushy
Peas,
pea,
peas,
mushy
mushy, mushy
pea.
peas, mushy peas. Mushy peas, mushy peas.
Moo! Happy Friday, Eric.
Yeah. Well, since
He's
I mean, this
there.
is not my fishing channel, but if you want, Chase, I'll show you real quick, like from maybe the smallest to the biggest fishing
Yeah,
setup that I have. I'm
I
not
was
gonna show
actually
you
being
everything.
I was being genuine. Obviously, I used to fish quite a lot. Some
Yeah.
of the reels. So I take it you have the big silver reels, and you've got a side crank.
Well, I have. I like spinning reels, but of course for the big fish I also have conventionals. Like if you're going into territory like catching 500 to 1,000 pound sharks, you're not doing that with a spinning reel, or
No, definitely not.
not recommended, at least. And
Another
you
question.
would kill two. You would tie them to the death even if you
Here we
land
go.
them. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you've got some. Yeah, that's a heavy piece of kit.
This is
Like
my
it.
50 wide, and I'm looking to get some 80s and 130s. But this is yeah.
That's it. That's what I'm on about. Big side crank. Yeah, that's the fella, bro.
One to
That is a
2-speed reel. It has 1-to-1 low gear, so it's an absolute
um.
winch.
How
And I
much
think
drag
it
can
had
you apply?
three.
How much drag can you apply
I'm
to
at a
it?
full spool, 85 pounds, with while still maintaining 3 spool. I pulled at low line levels 200 pounds of drag off this reel for some testing
Yeah.
scenarios. So 90 kilos
Yeah.
of drag, that is.
So you could basically pull a car with it, not a problem.
Yeah, exactly. And get it back into high speed, and low gear, low speed. Now it's the win.
How much lines loaded on?
It's not that much because
Distance.
this is heavy line, like 700 meters or yards. I have
Okay.
200-pound hollow core that really holds around 300 pounds, so 130 kilo line, and this is actually heavier. It's 300 pounds, but it holds about 500 pounds, so over 200 kilos. This braided line on here.
Yep.
This
Strong
is just
stuff.
for abrasion, like to pull a big eel out of the snacks, or if I fish around rocks and stuff. And I also use this to catch some crocodilians, but honestly, this is a
Crocodilians.
bit.
You
Yeah.
mean xenodials? Don't forget they're going to be called xenodials now. That Skits has changed that
Really?
name.
Oh, gets changed, of course. And I also have and one of my gears, like a bit of the lighter gear, would be this. Actually, also caught some members of the crocodile
Okay,
family.
so that's
For
what I'd be
safety, I'm
used
not
to.
going to tell you what. This is a 14K Saltiga, really nice reel, and this
Yeah, it's a nice reel.
line, like it is here, has caught some crocs. That's why I'm Dundee, because I catch crocs in the jungle from a canoe or kayak that if you stand up in it, it's gonna flip. It's that unstable, and I still caught crocs from it.
That's crazy. Yeah, like it. So that's what I'd use. That sort of reel
Yeah,
setup when I used to go carp
yeah,
fishing. Obviously
yeah,
front spooling um, with a nice drag
yeah.
capability.
And here's the big sister. Also caught crocs on this, and my biggest ever conger eel on this reel.
Impressive, bro.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Like it a lot.
And
They're
where
uh,
do I have my
they're
like
not they're not
something really
cheap either.
small?
You've
No,
got
they're
some good
not.
kit. You've got some good kit there.
And this is here we have something more for small fish.
Skitsy
Like
baby.
for
I only mentioned his name twice.
Skitsy! Skitsbrosis. Skitsbrosis has
Skits
to be your
skits
new name.
skits process. I suppose I could do a small little session while I'm here.
Why not? I'll cheer you on. And if you
I'll do
want,
a
we can
few sets.
count your
I'll
reps.
do a few sets of 21s.
Hmm. But yeah. And my favorite all around rod would be this one with a reel that is spooled. So where do I have the reel? Because this is really my favorite fishing set up for most stuff. And I could catch with that really like some really monsters, but it's still light and manageable and fun with small fish. So I could land a 2 meter catfish if it doesn't go into snags. I don't have to stop it within like a couple of feet. But if I have a little bit of room to fight it with this rod and reel, I can catch a 2 meter catfish. But it's also like fun on smaller stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Like yeah,
Little Surtate SW. This reel has quite a lot of drag, and it has the same gearing, just a bit smaller than the big Saltigas. Same kind of internals and all.
It's
a really
small
tough little
scale.
reel.
And make sure she's all right. Oh,
And it's a cheaper version. They also have a small Saltiga, but this reel is basically a bit watered down, but it's just as capable, just cheaper, and yeah.
Yeah, so I wondered where Zena went. Obviously, when you started
It has
cooking,
like a
I started cooking. I put my chicken
so
in.
she got hungry.
I've just roasted a lot of
mushy
chicken.
peas rest. Oh, I thought you made mushy peas.
Chicken chips and peas.
Okay. Then, as long as you have the peas, can't
You've
forget
got to
the
have
peas.
mushy peas on a Friday. It's a big thing.
Really?
Yeah, you're not a real man if you don't have those on a Friday. Ask Skits. Skits will tell you. Come on, move.
I believe you.
Go get it. I don't know why, but my chat keeps freezing.
It's Broses. Let's go. I hope you're well done.
To watch this live, you have to take your shirt off.
To watch this live, you have to take your shirt off. Yes. But Eric, I really do need to lose some weight and get my 8-pack back, especially if I'm going to be live with Chase. But I'm planning to do that anyway.
You could have those abs back. Just build them up a little bit more.
I know. Well, honestly, it's just been, well, in Brazil, and especially after I've kind of mentioned it. I had 2 breakups, people around me dying or almost dying, and all that shit. I wasn't really focused on getting a perfect diet in.
Yeah, your mind's got to be
healthy.
If you're focused on getting like one of those great physiques, everything's got to fall into place. Your sleep, your diet, your rest, and you've got to have that focus.
My sleep has been terrible too. So, and like for me, it was more like to just eat enough to not, and especially enough of protein to not just waste away. Like I could have just stopped eating, and I would be ripped now, but I would have also lost a bunch of muscle. And
do you know what the crazy thing is, Marlon? So if I'm looking at your shape now, that's where I was at probably last year. So I've literally, come on, move. She's just stood there. She just wants to be in front of me. So I've transitioned from obviously your shape to my shape. It's taken 12 months, but it's been solid work. That's a good solid 12 months. Obviously, I put on a bit of size, and I got myself a lot fitter. But I was basically exactly I probably didn't have you've got quite a good developed chest. My chest wasn't that developed.
Funny because my chest is mostly good genetics because believe it or not, this year, actually like this the last month or 2 are the first where I ever could do some proper pressing movements. Before I was either doing no chest training or just some flies because my elbows were too messed up. So my chest is more genetics. My back, that's been hard work. My back I've trained from day one.
You've got a good bit of width. Can you lat spread?
I can try.
Yeah. You still got all the little shape in your back's good. Right. Try doing that spread. with your arms down,
A back lat spread or a front lat spread?
front. Okay, so I'm going to have to get you to teach me to do the back lat spread. I'm struggling with the back lat spread. I know they're there.
Okay.
I can't find that activation
Yeah.
from pulling round.
Well, there's most. If I try to do it like this, it struggles. But if you raise your arms up, like on a lat pull down, and like you're trying to pull something into your lats, and already start pulling into your lats up here, and keep that feeling in the lats, and then just twist your elbows out while keeping that tension in your lats.
So
I mean, I've never. I don't know how it looks honestly, but I think that I can feel my lats activate.
You can
Feel
see
it.
the lats at the back. Yeah, you can see your angles good.
So yeah, just start up here, then pull like kind of back and down till you feel like start with your arm like this, and get like you're gonna pull out in through your lats, bring your elbow down, and then just twist it back while keeping that tension in your lats the whole time.
So I can get it there. I can activate. I can only activate it from the bottom. I can't seem to
But
get it to work.
but put your arms up and like how you would pull down through your lats.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to. Nothing happens.
Okay. Well,
But when I do,
maybe that's
when I
also
put my
because
arm
I've
down,
done. I mean, I've also have like more than 2 years of, or at least 2 years of training my lats using machines and stuff, where I've in cables where I have to, like, a pull up is one thing, but you're a lot more conscious if you're sitting in a machine. So maybe that's also why I'm just used to pulling into my lats from the top. That's maybe just
I got
that
you.
my
I
muscle
got you.
connection comes over years. So you could also get
Okay.
yourself a cable set up, like just a pulley system, really
Yeah,
easy,
so
that you could
I can
attach
pull.
to your to exactly just attach it to your pull up bar and put any kind of weight on the bottom, a dumbbell, a plate, a paint bucket, doesn't matter. And then you can just sit on the ground and do some one arm or two arm lat pull downs and stuff like that. And of course, also chest flies and everything you can do with. You really just need a piece of cable, a grip, and a pulley.
Better wait. Yep.
And then you can do it for like 10, 15, make it for like 10, 15 bucks, build it yourself, or you can buy it for like 20 or 30 bucks. And that would give you a lot more options for. And if you have two pulleys, one at the top and one at the bottom, you can also have a cable coming from low. And that's how I'm planning to train also when I'm traveling. Just
a cord and a small weight because you don't need too much weight. It's just going through the reps, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can also, if you're traveling, you can also just use water or just some rocks. You can also just use rocks as a weight outside. So yeah.
Right, I've got about another 15 minutes, and then I've got to go and get some food.
Okay.
And I've got a few phone calls to make, and then I've got my first live to do. I'll get my first live done, and I'm live with Dan at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, one thing I also train that I would recommend almost anyone. It also protects you from falls and injuries. Is neck, like direct neck work. Like with my beard, it's harder to see, but yeah. Because I've noticed it when I always had a kind of big neck, but when I was doing Muay Thai and I got a few hits in the head, it was just like couldn't really resist. But now that I've got my neck a lot stronger, that's way easier. And also, like if you fall on a cliff or something, and of course, once you get older, like I'm also training my mom, for example, and she struggles. And in the beginning, I struggled with that myself a little bit. She struggles doing strict reps with just her head, just doing neck curls with her head, for the weight of her head, no external weight. That's already, she already gets to failure within 10, 15 reps with that. So,
yeah.
And I think that's to age healthy. If you want to age healthy, you should be able to do 50 or 100 reps if you're just using your own head. Or of course, you don't have to torture yourself doing 100 reps, but you can do 15 reps with some weight on top.
You raise a really good point. Obviously, we all get older, so if you keep yourself that little bit fitter, it makes it that little bit easier just to deal with everyday life,
Yeah.
especially when you
I
get
mean, I
older.
know you don't have problems getting up, but maybe at one point you struggle controlling your head, and also like if you do fall, a strong neck can really prevent concussions because it's actually the way you get. Also, when you get hit, the way you don't. If your head is flat on the ground and somebody smashes on your head, you cannot get a concussion. Impossible, because your head needs to accelerate to make your brain inside hits the walls of your skull on the inside and like bounce off them. And that only
Yeah,
but your neck can prevent that acceleration to a good degree at least. And of course, once you cannot keep your head up, also like if you see someone just who always walks like this, well, a big part could be just that they don't really have the strength in here. And unfortunately,
I'll tell
especially
you
the
what else
fast,
helps.
yeah,
I'll tell you what else helps you.
yeah.
You've obviously got all that weight on the back, and all that weight on the front. So you're weight training it all the time. I don't have that luxury. Look, mine fell off. I've got to stick one back on.
I actually also have a head harness, but honestly, I don't like it that much anymore. But I
Dan's got
probably when I
Dan's
get,
got a head harness. He swears by it. He
yeah,
said the head harness is awesome.
I
Did you put?
prefer honestly to have a towel between my teeth nowadays for neck extensions. For neck curls, I just put a plate on my head. But
What if you've got no teeth?
for that yeah.
Blah,
Well,
blah, blah, blah,
then
blah, blah,
you have to
blah, blah,
just
blah, blah. How about if you
then you
got
have
no
to
teeth?
just hold it between your lips like this.
Okay. Yes, I got you. Yes, sounds good.
Nah, but yeah, here's my head harness. It does look like some S&M toy, but yeah.
That's the thing with Dan's. Wow. I'm just waiting for somebody to plug you into the electric.
Oh, I don't. I'll do it for free.
Bro, it looks insane, man. People are like, "Yo, what's he guilty of? We're gonna punish this boy." And you can hang from the ceiling with that.
No, because the strap around my neck isn't that around my chin isn't that strong. It would rip off.
So
But
where'd you put the
I
weight?
can lift a building with that. Like you can
Yeah.
hang the weight on here, on here, on here, on here.
Right. Do me a favor and just don't take that off. It looks so cool. And people will be like, what's he wearing? What's that? Oh, here comes trouble.
It's a head harness. It's called the neck flex.
Yeah, Dan's got the same one. It's a crazy piece of kit. And obviously, it's just for doing neck work, isn't it? Strengthening different
It is.
neck muscles.
Like what you could also use it for, or if you wanted to, either if you struggle with holding stuff in your hands or whatever, or on your back. If you got a strong neck and it doesn't, you could also do like some deadlifts. Just have your head weight hang off your head, and you'd be surprised how much weight you can hold isometrically with your neck. I've lifted my entire body weight in weight just like this, just having
Yeah,
it hang off my
through
neck,
your neck.
and then you could do some good mornings if you wanted to, just like this, or you could do squats or whatever, and it would just isometrically grow your neck. But of
Put,
course, the dynamic range
bro,
is better.
bro, put it back on. It just looks crazy. You're gonna get people
Okay, but
watching you.
let me get
Just
some of this. But then it means I need to start using it again. Oh, by the way, one thing that I like for
I
rotational
actually,
network actually is getting. I don't like the harness for rotational stuff, but I get like an ankle strap, one that is clean that I bring myself, hook it onto a cable that is about head height, and bite onto the ankle strap, and then just have do my neck rotations, like have it pull like this,
move.
like have the ankle strap like this. And then just certain rotation
Will
like
you
this.
move out the way? Move. Crazy
But I
dog.
haven't done rotational neck in a little bit, but at some point
Why
I'll
is
get
it?
back to it. It's just
Why is it for
what
some
is it? What?
reason I see you wearing the harness, the head harness. I also see you holding two sticks at the side, um, and making horse noises and running very fast. There's somebody behind steering you. What?
Some head lifts.
Make the
Yeah.
noise of a horse. Do the horse.
My voice is screwed, especially with the headphones in. But yeah.
Right, I've got to go and sort out my food and get ready for streaming a bit. But it's been an absolute pleasure.
Okay.
If you can,
It
try and
was.
change, try and alter that cup ready for Eric's stream.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't have the right. Well, I can actually I have a green marker. I think that I can just. It's not one that it's not a permanent marker, but I can. It doesn't matter. It will
Anything.
stay on for one stream.
Yeah, for one viewing,
Okay.
it'll be all good. Right.
Okay.
Happy
Yeah,
Friday, people.
or I'll put it on for the outro. I'll just stay on till the back, till the end. I'm going to end it now anyway. So
Okay.
thank you all for watching. SMM Dundee out. Oh.